Communications Manager here at Historic Locust Grove in Louisville, Kentucky. I want to introduce you to someone else very dynamic and very historical. Please give it up for Hannah McAulay. Here she is, everybody. You're welcome. Hannah M., tell, what do you do here at Locust Grove?
I'm an intern, collections management intern.
She's the collections management intern, and today we are here to ask a curator your questions.
What's the question, Hannah?
That's a great question, Hannah. Laura asks, what is the most unique or odd item in your collection and why? If you were to tell one interesting story about an object in your collection, what object would you choose? And what is the story?
Nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, lots of great stories, but nothing immediately.
Should we check out the house?
Yes, let's go!
Sweet, let's go!
So, Hannah.
Yes, Hannah.
Never gets old. What do you like about Locust Grove's collection?
I like that almost everything we have in our collection is on display in the house. So there's not a lot of secrets that you can't see.
No secret mystery things hiding somewhere in a closet?
Maybe.
Maybe.
A few of them.
A few of them. Why would they be hiding somewhere in a closet?
Well, they might not be within our time frame of what we're showing in the house, but they might still be historically significant to the family.
Yeah, those crons, C-R-O-G-H-A-N, for sure were collecting types.
Yes.
From top to bottom. Storage room is...
What is that? That's weird.
It's a weasel. It's used to wind yarn. You know the song Pop Goes the Weasel? But it's not really weird, and it's not really to our period. This is the girls' bedroom, and I like it a lot. It's my favorite bedroom. And
Why is there no J?
Well, because the I and the J were interchangeable in the alphabet during the early 1800s in the United States. But that's not really weird. You can find that in some other places as well. This is a pig's bladder. That's kind of weird. But Laura Ingalls Wilder talks about playing with pig's bladders in Little House in the Big Woods, so not weird and not especially Locust Grove.
Not weird.
Not weird.
Bedroom.
Master bedroom. So it's kind of weird that there's a staircase into the master
And that door won't open.
And the door won't open.
I think that's weird.
You know. There's a bidet over here. That's just kind of funky. I just really like that. Like explaining it to school kids. This is my favorite room.
Anything weird though?
Not weird, but we do know that this is the wallpaper that the crons had in the early 1800s. But that's just really fascinating and a really fun piece of historic preservation. But nothing really weird or unique or odd. And there's nothing in here that has a particularly good story. And Laura wanted to know the story of an object. That's just a really beautiful serpentine chest. That's just a really beautiful piece of craftsmanship.
Yep. I like the pink walls, but not really a collection item.
Yeah,
It was an ungendered color in the 1800s.
It was. But on walls, in a historic house, walls are part of the collection. But paint on the walls, that's just a bridge too far.
Weird stuff in here.
I really like the potty chair. But that's almost common because every kid has ever used a potty chair. I mean, you know, we know what that is. Balls of soap, though. That's kind of cool. It smells like soap. Right?
Yeah. We're going downstairs now.
I'm so excited.
farm office.
It's an office. The verdigris is really unique, but it's not unique to Locust Grove.
Anything weird?
Not really. George wasn't really a weird guy.
I get a lot of questions about the door, but it has nothing to do with the collection.
It goes to the basement, everybody.
Yeah.
Locust Grove has a basement. The sword is unique to Locust Grove.
But it's not weird.
It's not weird, and we think it probably belonged to George Cron.
That guy.
That's George Cron. He is quite a past. We'll cover him later.
I guess we'll try the last room. This is the dining room.
William and Lucy Cron. These portraits were painted in 1820, but these seem more respectable to me and not
Yeah.
really. Punka!
That's a reproduction, not a collection object.
Glad I have a collections management intern with me.
This stuff is cool.
Also a reproduction, but it's the china of the Order of the Cincinnati, which William Cron belonged to. And that silver teapot is a little out of our period, although it did belong to the family. Found it! Eureka!
Yes,
And Cron's
it's
portrait!
so weird.
And it's portrait! Unique, odd,
Weird.
has a great story.
Background.
So cool. Really cool lady.
Weird.
It has a really good story.
I think we found it.
Portrait of Anne Cron Jessup. This is gonna be good. Let's go ask Mary Beth.
My name is Mary Beth Williams, and I'm the Curator of Collections and Education here at Historic Locust Grove. Hi, Laura. Thanks so much for your question. One of our most interesting acquisition stories is with our Anne Cron portrait. In 2008, we discovered the portrait of Anne Cron on eBay. We knew that there was a portrait of her out there somewhere because it was discussed in the Jessup family papers. One of our members brought it to our attention that there was a portrait of Anne Cron on eBay, and so we checked it out. There was an inscription on the back with her name and the artist Charles Bird King's name. And fortunately for us, it had a buy it now option, so we bought it, and it had been found in a barn in Oxfordshire, England. And since it had been in a barn for quite a while, it needed some repair work. It had a tear where her forehead is. The frame was in some disrepair, and so as soon as we received it here at Locust Grove, we sent it out for conservation, and we had an unveiling in 2008, and we hung her up in the dining room where she is back living in her childhood home, across from her parents' portrait, William and Lucy, which also hang in the dining room.
How did it get to be in England?
That is kind of a mystery. William Cron Jr.'s daughter eloped with a British diplomat, and so it's likely that it was through the Mary Cron Shenley connection that is how the portrait ended up in England. But that is a mystery that we have not yet been able to determine.
What year was the portrait painted?
We believe that the portrait was painted in 1846, which was after she died.
That's a really weird story.
The moral of the story is you never know what you might be able to find on eBay.
I love it.
Yeah, that's good. Great.
Perfect.
Well, Hannah,
Yes, Hannah.
that story about Anne's portrait sure was intense.
Intense.
Anyway, Laura, we hope you got the answer to your question that you
Yes.
were looking for. We had a super amount of fun.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Send in your questions for the next installment with the hashtag.
Ask a gardener. Next time, we'll be asking our gardener, Sarah, for some interesting tidbits about Locust Grove's grounds. So if you have Ask a Gardener questions, hashtag Ask a Gardener to Locust Grove on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We're everywhere. Thanks so much for being with us.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hashtag
ride on my old Kentucky home.